Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Spurley, and now I don't usually talk about gaming in my videos a whole lot, especially not anymore. I used to always talk about, like when I first started, I was always talking about gaming. I was so into gaming at the time. It was just gaming, gaming, gaming. That was basically my life when I started YouTube. Um, I'm not, obviously it's still a part of it, my life now. I'm still obviously playing games, putting them on the internet and talking over them and stuff like that. But I literally kind of lived to play video games throughout high school. And then senior year came around, and then that kind of changed a little bit. Now my life is a little bit more about, experiences and stuff like that, and less about video games. But I used to only ever want to play video games. Like all day, every day, if I could, that's what I would do. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do that now, given the opportunity. I'm just saying, like, if someone's like, "Hey, let's go do something," I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go do that." Instead of back in high school, I used to, when someone would say, "Hey, let's go do this," I'd be like, "Ugh, I'm having a lot of fun playing Modern Warfare 2 right now." Like gaming I let gaming limit my own life. I just kind of put my entire self into gaming, and now it's just kind of a different story. And now I still play video games and still have fun playing video games. It's just not the same anymore. So that was a long introduction, basically, to say that this is going to be a gaming video. So the first thing I want to mention is the next gen consoles, or I guess they're current gen consoles now, but I'm not going to get one. I've decided on it for sure. I'm really happy playing games on the PC, and I didn't think that I would be as happy as I am now, but I'm really loving it. Before I got into PC gaming, I just was like, "Oh my god, PC gaming! It's this one thing that I just absolutely, it's just this high, it's on this high pedestal, and it's just so leaps and bounds of better than gaming on consoles, which at the time was a PS4 and PS3 and the Xbox 360." That was just kind of my thought process. Like, it was just so much better, leaps and bounds. And then I started, actually got the PC that I'm playing on now about a year ago, a little bit less than a year, but that was just kind of like about then. And so I started PC gaming, and I was new to it, and I didn't really like it as much, and I was like, "Oh man, this is not all what it's cracked up to be." And I was kind of upset about it. And then I went back to exclusively playing on consoles. And now over the year, I've made the transition to where I am now, where it's like PC, it's like master race PC gaming, the best thing out there. It's by far the best gaming system that you could ever play on is the PC, for sure. I'm 100% sure on this, and it didn't always used to be like that. And so I'm not going to get a next gen console, because I don't think that it's not going to do anything for me than I already do right now. Is I love playing PC games, and I love playing my games on the PC. Now there are some games that I do love playing on the console that necessarily won't transfer over to the PC, like sports games. I really like playing with thumbsticks, playing sports games. Madden, that's a great example of a console game. In my eyes, baseball games, if you like playing FIFA, hockey, those are games that I would buy on the console. And for right now, they're definitely on both. And the thing also is, you can't just like, "Oh, get a racing wheel," or like, "Oh," because I love playing NASCAR Inside Line. I haven't got NASCAR 14. I don't know if I will. Anyway, I like playing that game, and a lot of situations like, "Okay, get a racing wheel," and then play it on PC. But, or like, "Oh, you like playing hockey games or like football games on with the controller, just get a controller to use on the PC, or figure out how to rig up your PS3 controller, because apparently that's possible. Rig up your PS3 controller and use it for your games on there." And the difference, like, that would be like, "Oh my god, that's awesome." But the thing about that is, PC games, especially sports games, are not at all made for PC in mind. It's not at all made to handle, not to handle, but to be optimized to be playing on a PC. And so a lot of times, as a result, the games are kind of shitty on PC. And so I think that I'm either going to have to stop playing sports games, or maybe eventually, when they stop making sports games for the PS3, end up having to switch to a next gen console. And maybe by that time they'll be cheaper. Maybe I'll get a next gen console when they're at the price that the current consoles are right now. I guess that's not really true because I'm sure the PS3 and the Xbox 360 have gone down significantly in price after the release. But if remember, like an Xbox, you could buy an Xbox and be set up to play for what was it, like $199 and plus Xbox Live, and you're set up to play on Xbox Live. So maybe when the consoles become at that cheap price that not cheap, but to that lower price point that they will always get to, maybe at that point in time, maybe I'll hop on and start playing my sports games that way. Who knows? Time will tell. But for right now, I'm definitely not getting next gen console for a while. But the last thing that I want to talk about for this video is capture cards. Kind of goes in hand with console gaming. Is I don't know if capture cards are obsolete now, because if you play on the PC, you can pay for fraps or whatever you use, XSplit or whatever you use to record your games. I don't even know if XSplit records games. I just know that's what. Anyway, so I don't know exactly what other people use. I use fraps, and it's free for me. And basically, if you want to record your game, if you want to record your games on PC, you can do that for free basically if you are not retarded. And if you're playing PC games, you're probably proficient enough with the computer to figure out how to get capture software for free. So there's that. And apparently now on these new consoles, there's capture cards built into them. You can record your gameplay built in. So I don't know if this has made capture cards completely obsolete, but the capture card that I currently have is the HD PVR 2, and I am not at all happy with it. Mainly, maybe it's just because I have a PS4. I have a PS3, and maybe it's just because the PS3, the HDCP, that whole situation makes the whole capture experience different and much more difficult than it needs to be or not. But my HD PVR sucks. I'm gonna be honest, and I think it's just because all of them suck. But a lot of times it'll segment the screen into like different. It'll take instead of just putting it up on the screen, it'll kind of shift it up and to the right. But instead of just shifting up the picture up and to the right, they take the part that has gone off screen and they replace it on the bottom and the left side of the screen. So it just looks really weird, and it just kind of breaks up the screen. And a lot of times you have to reboot your game system and the HD PVR, unplug it into your PC, plug it back in, and so it just makes recording on the PC difficult. But the capture software is kind of cool. I could record my voice, the game audio, and the game at the same time, all onto one recording, which is nice. But at the same time, you can't put that on YouTube directly. You gotta render it anyway to put it into a media file that is playable on YouTube. So that part can get a little just complicated. I just don't understand how capturing your videos hasn't changed since capture cards became a thing. The technology is not at all different. The only difference between the HD PVR 2 and the original one is just the HDMI inputs and outputs. But like the Elgato capture, I think, is the main capture card right now. It does that. It's just, I don't know, I don't see the reason for capture cards anymore. In my eyes, they've kind of become obsolete now. And so I'm wondering if that's actually true, because I'm not gonna, like I said earlier, I'm not gonna be next gen console, so I don't really know too much about them. Are people still capturing via capture card, or are they capturing via built-in capture card? I know that on the PS4 you can only do up to 15 minutes. I think you can only record up to 15 minutes, but that whole thing, I think it's a good step in the right direction for console gaming. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it, and be sure to like the video if you did like it, and subscribe because it is free. So once again, just thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.